The wind whispered across the vast, golden expanse, a soft sigh that seemed to carry the weight of a lifetime.
The field, once a flurry of activity, now lay still. The sun, dipping low on the horizon, cast long shadows that stretched like memories. The field fell quiet. Her work was done. Her name was Alara, and this land was her canvas, her legacy. For 60 years, from the tender age of 16, when her hands first learned the rhythm of planting and reaping, she had poured her soul into this soil. She'd seen seasons of plenty and years of drought. Dee fought against blights that threatened to steal her harvest, and celebrated the years when the earth gave back in abundance. Each furrow in the ground was a line in her story, each stalk of wheat a testament to her resilience. I remember her as a young girl, her face smudged with dirt, a determined glint in her eyes. The older farmers would shake their head. A woman's place isn't in the fields, they'd mutter. But Alara never listened.
She learned from the earth itself, listening to its needs, understanding its cycles.
She didn't just work land, she partnered with it. She introduced crop rotation when others were still depleting their soil. And she built swells to capture every precious drop of rain long before it was common practice. Her hands, gnarled and weathered like ancient tree roots, were a map of her life. They had held newborn lambs, guided the plough, and wiped away tears of both sorrow and joy. They had patched fences, mended tools, and gently tended to the smallest, most fragile seedlings. These hands were not just instruments of labor. They were instruments of creation. There were lonely times, of course, days when the sky was a leaden gray and the only sound was the relentless drumming of rain. Nights when the weight of the work and the solitude pressed down on her. But she found companionship in the rustle of the leaves, the song of the meadowlark, and the steady, comforting presence of the moon. This field was her family, her confidant, her world. Now, as the last rays of sunlight painted the clouds in hues of orange and purple, a profound peace settled over the land. The harvest was in, the barns were full, and the soil was resting, preparing for the next cycle. It was a perfect picture, a masterpiece completed. Alara stood at the edge of the field, her silver hair glowing like a halo in the twilight. She wasn't just looking at a plot of land. She was looking at the sum of her days, the embodiment of her purpose. A gentle smile touched her lips. There was no fanfare, no applause, just the quiet hum of the universe, acknowledging a job well done.
The crickets began their evening chorus, a gentle serenade for a queen who had tended her kingdom with unwavering devotion.
The field fell quiet, and in that silence her spirit soared, forever woven into the fabric of the land she loved. Her work was done, and it was beautiful. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more reflections on life, work, and legacy.